Namaskar students, welcome back to my another lecture. In this lecture, we will be discussing another application of transistor, that is transistor as a switch. As we have discussed in previous lecture, the another application of transistor, that was transistor as an amplifier. So through proper design, transistor can be used as a switch for computer and control applications. And in order to operate transistor as a switch, what we require to turn on transistor either in fully off state or it should be fully on state. When transistor is in fully off state, and we know that state is, that means the transistor is in cutoff region. When transistor is in fully on state, that means we know that in maximum possible collector current will flow. That state is called as a transistor is in saturation region. So for an ideal transistor switch, what we should have? We should have infinite circuit resistance between collector and emitter. When transistor is fully off means there should be no current will flow, current should flow. That means infinite resistance should be there between the collector and emitter. And zero resistance between collector and emitter when it is turned in fully on. That means when transistor is in saturation and resulting the maximum current flow. So if you see the output characteristics curve of transistor, that is common emitter transistor, so we know that when base current become equal to 0, so this is cutoff region of transistor and this is saturation region of transistor. So in cutoff region, there is no collector current. There is no collector current, that base current correspond to equal to 0, there is no collector current. So that means we have infinite resistance between collector and emitter. And this infinite resistance basically does not allow any collector current, okay? Because IC is equal to beta into IB. So if IB equal to 0, that means IC is equal to 0. So that is why here we have written that when IC equal to 0, that is the situation of cutoff of transistor, that is VC cutoff is equal to plus VCC. And when transistor is fully on, that means transistor is in saturation region. In that case, we know that maximum possible value of collector current is flow, and it is happen only when VC is equal to 0. That means voltage drop across the collector emitter junction, that is equal to 0, because this collector emitter voltage drop becomes equal to 0 because the resistance becomes equal to 0. This collector emitter voltage drop becomes equal to 0. Then this IC saturation collector current, we know that is VCC upon RC, that is collector resistance. So these two end points of the DC load line basically decides that whether transistor will be in on state or in off state. So this is basically if this transistor is working at this stage, at this point, then that is in fully on state, and when transistor is in at this point, then that is fully off state. So when we want to use transistor as a switch, so either transistor should work, mean when switch is off, that means your transistor should be in cutoff region. When switch is on, your transistor should be in saturation region. And we know this active region, active point, that basically required for the transistor as an amplifier purpose. So we know that when maximum collector current flow, the transistor is set to be saturated. So whatever I have explained in point number 3, let us try to see how the circuit diagram of transistor as a switch will looks like. So we should have a transistor and then collector resistance, base resistance, and power supply, okay, input power supply, and this is DC collector voltage and DC power supply. And the most important thing when we are using transistor as a switch, that is base resistance, because this value of base resistance decides the base current, and this base current decides whether collector current will flow or not. because if the base resistance is very high, then this base current will be equal to 0. If this base current become equal to 0, then there is no collector current. That means transistor is in cutoff region. When this base current is very low, if this base resistance is very low, then base current is very high, then there will be a voltage drop, and then we can get a collector current. Okay. So when transistor is in saturation, when transistor is used as a switch, when it is switch is working in an on condition, then you have a saturation collector current, you have base current, and then this circuit diagram can be replaced by this equivalent circuit, because in that situation we know this collector emitter junction will be shorted, okay, and then maximum collector current will flow, and we know the shorted junction, a shorted circuit always provided zero resistance, then the resistance between collector and emitter that becomes equal to 0. That is the equivalent transistor circuit when it is used as a switch in on condition. Similarly, when transistor is used in switch for off condition, off state, then there is no base current, there is no collector current, and the resistance between collector emitter junction, that is infinite. So that is infinite, and it means infinite resistance can get when the collector emitter junction is open. That means collector emitter junction is in open situation. That is the equivalent circuit of transistor when it is used as a switch in off condition. Okay. So what we know? We know the two state of the transistor when it is used as a switch. One is the on state, another is the off state. On state means transistor is in saturation region, off state means transistor is in cutoff region. When transistor is in saturation region, we know that this IC saturation can be written as VCC. If you write the collector, this IC saturation value, IC saturation will be this voltage upon divided by this resistance. That is, IC saturation will be equal to VCC upon RC. And in this situation, we know there is no base current, IB is equal to 0, there is no collector current. So what we know? We know the infinite resistance is here. So here 0 resistance we have, here we have an infinite resistance between collector and emitter. So here if the value of base resistance become infinite, very high, that means transistor is in cutoff region. If the value of base resistance become 0 or less, very minimum, then transistor is in on state or saturation region. And in saturation region, we have a saturation collector current that is equal to VCC upon RC. This is what we know. Now let us try to see one numerical example based on switch. Then we should have some more idea about how one can use transistor as a switch. Okay. And remember this, when we are using transistor as a switch, so when we apply, let us say input power supply. Let's say when this power supply is very high, okay, let us say this is 10 volt. When this power supply VBB is 10 volt, then obviously because of this resistance, the current will flow because of this power supply. So there will be some voltage drop. And if this current will flow because of this IB, what will we will get collector current. There will be collector current. So if we measure a output here, okay, here, if we measure output here, then because of this collector, this base current, because of this maximum value of this VBB, so there will be a collector current because of this collector current. So this voltage drop will be across the resistance. If you make a terminal here, okay, and you measure the voltage, so you will get a 0 volt. So sometimes depending upon where you are measuring the voltage, you are measuring voltage at collector terminal here or here. If you are measuring terminal voltage here, when transistor will be on, then you will get whatever input signal you are applying, that will be inverted. So let us try to see an example. So determine the value of base resistance and collector resistance for the transistor used as a switch or inverter if the IC saturation is 10 milliampere. So this is the circuit diagram is given. This is basically, if you see, base resistance VBB, that is VI, here it is given, VCC, and value of beta HFE is given, and here output voltage is measured. Okay, if this output voltage is not measured, then basically this is the circuit diagram of a transistor which is used as a switch. Okay, but if you just measure the voltage at the collector, then this circuit is regarded as a inverter. So why it is inverter? If you see here, when there is no input, when there is zero voltage, okay, for the when input voltage is zero, then there is no base current. Okay, IB is equal to zero. When IB is equal to zero, IC is equal to zero. We know there is no collector current. If there is no collector current, so there will be no voltage drop across this resistance. If there is no voltage drop across this resistance, if you measure output voltage, if you measure collector voltage, so collector voltage will be equal to plus 10 volt. So when input voltage was 0 volt, then output voltage was 10 volt. Similarly, now if you input voltage is 10 volt here, if it is 10 volt, then a base current will flow across the transistor. This base current will ensure a collector current. How much collector current? Base current multiply beta into this base current, that will give the IC. And because of this collector current, there will be a voltage drop across this resistance. So whatever this VCC is used, this VCC will be dissipated, will be dropped across this resistance. So now if you measure the voltage across at the collector with respect to this ground, so here zero voltage drop will be there. Okay, so when it was zero, input voltage was zero, then output signal was maximum. When input signal was maximum, output signal was minimum. So here basically you invert the signal, so that is why this is also known as an inverter. Okay, so it is asked for this given problem, find out the value of base resistance in collector resistance if the saturation collector current is given, that is 10 microampere, 10 milliampere. Okay, so we know from the when we are using transistor as a switch, we know when transistor is in off state, it is in cutoff region. When it is on state, that is in saturation region. In saturation region, we know IC saturation, that is VCC upon RC. So if you see here for the given problem, so we can write IC saturation. This saturation collector current can be written as a VCC upon RC, because this collector emitter junction will be shorted. So this circuit will be replaced by this circuit. So collector current IC saturation can be written as VCC upon RC. Okay, so that is what we are doing. IC saturation is equal to VCC upon RC. IC saturation is given, that is 10 milliampere, in VCC is 10 volt, and RC is equal to, that we have to determine. If you determine corresponding value of collector resistance, that is equal to 10 volt divided by 10 milliampere, that is 1 kilo ohm. So now this value of collector resistance, that is 1 kilo ohm, we have determined. That means this value of resistance, that is 1 kilo ohm. Okay, and another condition we know, when this transistor is in saturation region, that is maximum possible value of collector current. So this maximum possible value of collector current will ensure us that maximum base current is flowing across the base resistance. Okay, so that will give, we know from the relation IC is equal to beta into IB. So IB maximum can be written as IC saturation upon beta into beta DC, a beta. That means IC is equal to beta into IB. IB maximum is approximately equal to IC saturation upon beta DC. Okay, so if you try to calculate this value, so IB is equal to IC saturation upon beta DC. The IC saturation 10 milliampere is given in the problem, and beta, that is HFE, that is 250, it is given 250, that is equal to 40 microampere. That means in this situation, the base current is what we have calculated, that is 40 microampere base current is flowing. Okay, it means in order to ensure that this transistor will be in saturation, to ensure the transistor is in saturation region, that means whatever base current is flowing, this base current should be always greater than this value, that is IC maximum value. Okay, whatever this base current is flowing, if this base current is value is greater than the IC maximum, that is equal to IC saturation upon beta DC, then transistor is in saturation region. So that is what I have written. For the saturation level, we must therefore ensure the following condition, that IB should be always greater than IC saturation upon beta DC. Okay, that we have to satisfy the condition. Now, here we have calculated IB is equal to 40 microampere. So therefore, we choose an arbitrary base current value, and that base current value should be greater than 40 microampere. So you can choose 50, 45, 60, 65, any number you can choose. So here I have chosen a number that is, but whatever number you choose current, that should be reasonable. So here let us assume that IB base current is 60 microampere current is flowing to ensure that transistor is in saturation, because IB is equal to 40 microampere, and this, if you choose 60, so 60 is greater than 40, that means we are ensuring that transistor is in saturation. Okay, and if you assume this value, then IB is equal to, if you apply Kirchhoff voltage law in base meter loop, so IB/RB plus VBE minus VI, that is equal to 0. So IB can be determined. If you determine the IB is equal to VI minus VBE divided by RB, and we know VBE is equal to 0.7, so IB is equal to VI minus 0.7 divided by RB. So in this equation, IB we have assumed 60 microampere, VI that is given 10 volt, 0.7 is known, RB is not known, we can find out the RB. So if you determine the RB is equal to VI minus 0.7 divided by IB, that is 10 volt minus 0.7 volt divided by 60 microohm, that is RB is equal to 155 kilo ohm. That means the value of base resistance is coming, that is how much? That is 155 kilo ohm. But this 155 kilo ohm is corresponding to the 60 microampere base current. Okay. And let us to choose another value of base current. We have to again check, cross check. So this is, we have ensured, though we have ensured here that 60 microampere current is greater than 40 microampere. So this one possible value of base resistance that will be 155 kilo ohm. That is one possible value. Okay. So let us try to explore another possibility, that is basically a standard value of base resistance. In most of the cases, when we are using transistor as a switch, so base resistance is assumed to be 150 kilo ohm. Okay. So let us try to check when the base resistance is 150 kilo ohm, which is a standard value, then you check what is the value of base current is coming. And if this base current is greater than this 40 microampere, then we'll choose the standard value, otherwise we'll choose this calculated value. Okay. So corresponding to this standard value, let us calculate the IB. If you calculate the IB, so that is coming 62 microampere. Okay. So now if you check this 62 microampere is obviously greater than 40 microampere, that is IC saturation upon beta DC. That means this 62 microampere is enough to put transistor in saturation. Okay. So this standard value, that is 150 kilo ohm resistance, is enough to push the transistor in saturation, and then transistor will be working as a switch, working as a inverter. So therefore we can say the use of resistance, that is 150 kilo ohm at base resistance and collector resistance 1 kilo ohm, that will put the transistor as an inverter, so this circuit will be satisfied. Somebody may have confused why we have not chosen the value of RB equal to 155 kilo ohm. One can keep this value also, but if you see, we have to choose the value of base resistance as minimum as possible to keep the transistor in saturation. So here if you compare this value of current, 60 microampere and 62 microampere, both current are greater than the 40 microampere. So in both situation, transistor is going in saturation region. So out of choice, then which value should be of base resistance should be chosen. So here this value of base resistance, which is standard value, that is less than this value. So obviously we'll choose the lesser value of base resistance, that is 150 kilo ohm. Okay. That is why I have chosen this base resistance 150 kilo ohm and collector resistance 1 kilo ohm. So this is I have given one numerical example based on switch. So I request you all, please go through the book and try to find out more and more numerical problem based on transistor as a switch, transistor as an inverter. Okay. Here I have just given an example which is not sufficient for you as a student. So as a student, you have to learn and solve more and more numerical problem. With this, I thanks again to all of you for listening me carefully for this lecture.